All right, everybody. So they have released the warrant from Pennsylvania, and they've let us know some of the items that were seized from Brian's parents' home. I'm going to run through that list, and then I want to know what you think about these items and if you think these items are going to be connected to the actual crime in Idaho. So the first thing listed here is one Defiant silver flashlight. Now, Defiant is the brand of the flashlight. This could have just been a flashlight that was in his bag, in his vehicle, but they did seize a flashlight. We don't know if the flashlight was used in the crime, in the attacks, if it could potentially have blood on it, but they did seize one Defiant silver flashlight. It looks like they have 4 medical style gloves that were seized. These are most likely latex style gloves. These could very well have been the gloves that Brian was wearing when he was cleaning the vehicle. He was seen wearing gloves at one point. He was seen doing things with the vehicle by law enforcement as they were keeping an eye on him. And I would guess that these are 4 medical latex style gloves. I can't imagine that Brian would be holding on to dirty gloves that would have evidence on them, but it is possible that those gloves were tucked down in something or, were found in a place that was unusual, in a trash bin, something like that, and it could have evidence on them. It looks like they seized a white Arizona jean large t-shirt, a Champion WSU Cougars large black sweatshirt. I just can't imagine Brian wearing a sweatshirt that said WSU Cougars on it while he was committing the crimes. So I don't necessarily think this is the sweatshirt he wore, but I do think that they're seizing these items in order to look for any evidence that could have transferred onto them. We have a pair of black and white size 13 Nike shoes. So we have a good idea now what size shoe Brian wears. So we do have to wonder if the footprints at the crime scene might be a size 13. But based on the description of the footprints having a Vans diamond-shaped pattern, that wouldn't be Nike shoes that would match that, but we don't know if they have additional footprints from the home. They could very well have other footprints from a pair of Nikes in the home. We aren't sure on that. It looks like there was a pair of black Under Armour socks, a pair of Under Armour shorts, a pair of Under Armour boxers, and then it does appear that they took some DNA swabs from Brian. Now, they had the sheath, they had the DNA from the knife sheath that was matched to Brian's dad, but they do now have Brian's actual DNA, and I'm sure they're comparing that to all of the other evidence and running his actual DNA with everything else. So there isn't anything specifically that jumps out at us here as this big kind of smoking gun piece of evidence, but I do think it's interesting that they have these dark color clothes that they've seized. We don't know where they seized these from. We don't know if these are items that Brian put into the trash. Are these items that he had in his bag? Were they in the trunk of his car? We don't know where they found these items, and I think that is pretty significant. Now, if they recovered a pair of black socks, a pair of black shorts, a white t-shirt, a black sweatshirt from the trash, and Brian had tried to dispose of those items, I think there would be a good chance that they could find something on those. It could have been the clothing that he was wearing while he was cleaning up. Not necessarily the clothing he was wearing while the crime was being committed, but these could be things that they saw him wearing while he was cleaning or while they think he was disposing of evidence, and that could have been why they specifically seized these items. But again, I do think they probably seized just about everything that they could, but they chose to list these specific items in the findings and release it to the public. So everybody, please take a look at this. Let me know if you have any questions about these items. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to do another follow-up video and do a little bit more of a deep dive on this warrant. So I'll talk to you very soon.